What's poppin', gamers? Today's CGX is officially out, and with it, the game has gone free to play. That means that a lot of players that weren't willing or able to try the game before have had that barrier of entry removed, but now are faced with a very complex game that isn't the most beginner-friendly, so I'm here to try and curb that. This is going to be the fourth part in a 9-part mini-series going over everything you should know before starting out. In this mini-series, we'll be going over things like settings, operator selection, and game modes to help you get your footing in the first few hours of play. This video will be all about the secondary gadgets of the game, how to use them, and combinations you can use on Striker and Sentry that synergize well together. Striker and Sentry's main niche is that they can bring two sets of any of the secondary gadgets of the game, but they can't bring the same one twice. So we'll talk about what they all do, what combinations are worth bringing, and then put them in a tier list for use on every other op. Flashbangs have a 3-second fuse time that gets reduced down to 1 second as soon as it hits a surface. Flashbangs will, blind you. The blind lasts for about 3.5 seconds and is not affected by where you're looking. Whether it's in their face or directly behind them, they'll experience the full blind, no matter the orientation. You bring 2 flashbangs each round with no way to get more. Flashbangs are great for aggressive plays to make winning necessary gunfights much easier. Smoke grenades have a 3-second fuse time and do not have a bump fuse. 3,300 hours there, I never knew that, that's crazy. You bring 2 smokes and when they explode, they'll make about a 5-meter in diameter sphere that blocks line of sight, but they can't be seen through with thermal vision. They'll last for 11 seconds and continue to roll once they hit the ground, which can be very annoying if you need them to stay on something thin like a windowsill. Smokes are great for helping with the plant, but they can also be used to help cross dangerous hallways or isolate specific angles. They are the most flexible attacker gadget in my opinion. Frag grenades have a 4-second fuse time that gets reduced to 2 seconds once it hits the surface. It does do 150 damage, though you shouldn't really be killing people very often due to the long fuse time. They're great for destroying bulletproof utility and getting people out of strong but small power positions. You also get 2 of them. Hard breaching charges, also known as cannon openers, can be used to destroy reinforced hatches and open holes in walls that are just big enough to crouch through. And yes, you get 2 of them. EMP impacts have a 1.3 meter radius if memory serves you right, and disable any gadget including electrifying gadgets for 9 seconds. You get dose of them, and they can also be used on metal detectors to stop them from beeping when you walk through. Breaching charges can be used on any soft surface like floors, walls, or barricades, and can be detonated to make a hole in them. They are explosive, so definitely be careful since they do 50 damage on the play side and can even kill a teammate if they get too close on the opposite side. Breaching charges are best used to make holes above the objective whenever it's possible to do that, but it is smart to keep the other options in mind. Guess how many of these you get? 3. Claymores do 150 damage to anyone in front of them. You get 2 Claymores if they trigger the instant a defender touches a laser. Mind you, it's when they touch the laser specifically. They could be standing between all 3 lasers, and as long as they don't spin around, the Claymores won't go off. Now that you know how the attacker gadgets work, let's talk about the combos you can use when you decide to play Striker. The classic is EMP impacts and can openers. With this combo, you could single-handedly open the wall on your own. Just EMP the wall denial and place a can opener. The only other op that has this level of autonomy is Maverick, and he's still arguably a bit worse than Striker. You can also bring flashbangs and frag grenades. The 2 biggest counter to frag grenades are Jaeger's ADS systems and running away, both of which flashbangs can help with. They can't run away if they can't see. And the last combo you can use is Claymores and breaches. The breaches along with the secondary shotgun are great for opening the floor, but while you're doing that, you can be pretty vulnerable to someone sneaky up behind you. That's why you bring Claymores, to watch your back while you break up the floor from above. On to defender gadgets, we have the Nitro cell, also known as the C4. You only get 1 of these, but it does 180 damage. It can be thrown and detonated remotely. It can be used as a trap placed on the floor below, or used to deny the plant in the bomb game mode. Deployable shields are a completely bulletproof piece of utility that has these little windows that allow you to see through. Same with the C4, you only get the 1, but one of these placed in the right spot can make pushing into an angle near impossible as an attacker. While they are bulletproof, they can be easily dispatched by a frag grenade or other piece of explosive utility, but a good shield left unchecked can be game defining. Impact grenades are incredibly helpful for opening holes in soft walls, but they have a bunch of uses outside of that. When a shield is hit by an impact grenade, it will stagger them, making them throw their shield to the side and be unable to do anything aside from walk and look around. They can also be used to destroy certain pieces of attack utility like the shield a certain attacker brings, and can even be used to destroy hard breaching gadgets in some situations. Impact grenades are some of the most versatile gadgets on the defense, so bringing them is rarely a bad option. You also get 2 of them, woohoo! A fairly sharp decline in value comes with the Bulletproof camera, or BP for short. The BP has thermal vision, so it can see attackers and mark them through smokes, and has an EMP dart that deactivates things like attacker drones. They don't go without counters, however, since they can be destroyed by explosives, punched by an operator to shatter the glass, making it unable to see, and can even be shot from the sides if an attacker can get a good angle. You do only get the one, but being able to deny smoke plants and drones on a 9-second cooldown can be incredibly powerful in the right positions. Barbed wire is a gadget that can be placed on the floor that both slows attackers who walk through it and deals 5 damage a second as long as they're moving. You get 2 of them once again, and they can either be meleeed twice or have an explosive use to destroy them, though it makes a bunch of noise whenever it is destroyed. Overall, barbed wire is a great way of keeping stealthy attackers from backstabbing you, and can make holding certain choke points several times easier. Proximity alarms, or beepers, are a gadget that can be thrown just about anywhere and will beep whenever an attacker gets near them. You have 2 of them, and they take about a second to activate, but once they do, any attacker in range will keep this thing beeping, until they turn around and shoot it. These things do the same job as barbed wire, but very often do it worse, so I tend to prefer barbed when I can help it. And lastly, observation blockers. These things are kinda bad. They take forever to set up, they make a screen that obscures the vision of enemy cameras, but also make seeing through your own cameras a decent bit harder, and don't really cover enough area to make them worth using. If you do need drone denial, I'd just recommend mute. And now on to synergies. Sentry can bring all of these, with the best option being Nitro and, well, honestly anything. Standouts are a C4 and BP, where you pre-place a C4, then place a bulletproof watching where you set the trap, so as soon as they enter, you can detonate it. You can do the same thing with beepers too. As soon as you hear it start to go off, you press middle mouse and the attacker is no more. It can also work with Barbed to a lesser extent too. Basically, any info gadget can let you know when to detonate, which can net you plenty of easy kills. Another option is BP and blockers. You place the blocker in a place where they can't see the wall behind it, then place the BP on that wall, and whenever a drone enters your line of sight, you can EMP the drone, making it all but dead. Last option is the most boring, Nitro and a shield. It works well because they're the 2 best secondary gadgets in the game, so obviously they work well together. That was every single secondary gadget in the game. Hope this helps you when you're selecting what to use. Just remember, the C2 gadgets aren't bad, they're just niche. So when it is their time to shine, few secondaries are worth using over them, so be ready to switch when the situation calls for it. So once again, if you found this video helpful, leave a like. If you have any questions on something that I didn't go over in this video, leave a comment and I'll make sure to answer it. And if you're interested in the other videos in this mini-series, subscribe. The next video about the different game modes and playlists of Siege will be out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Catch you in the next one. Peace.